Hi, everybody. Ruthie here. How often is it that somebody has come to me, or I've had a conversation or spoken with somebody in regard to the person having received a prophetic word that didn't quite come true, or it hasn't come true? They received the word 10, 15, 20, even more years ago, and they haven't seen any fruit as a result of the word. They haven't understood why they even received the prophetic word. They're confused as to the outcome or the lack of an outcome therein. They just don't understand what happened. And my goodness, I've had to parse through and to work through this so many times. That's why I'm literally making the video today. Understand, and this is a crucial key component, the Father is relative. He operates as and in time and light, but outside of our time. Therefore, he doesn't operate in a sequential format or sequence of time that we operate in. And he sees things and operates in things radically quite differently. Hence, when you receive a prophetic word in and with the heart of the Father, the outcome needs to be operated as much as he's operating in you. And as well, the word that you've received, if it's something that you want to operate in, it's something that you've got to go back to him or in him and with him and say, hey, tell me about this word. Why did I receive it? Is this even something that I want to receive or to have or to do or to operate in the future? Is this even of me? Is this something that I even want in my life? How often is it that sometimes when we receive a prophetic word, it's not even something that we want? It's something that perhaps you want to back away from. I can't tell you how often it is as well that somebody has received a word. Oh, I see you in a prison. I see you in a place where you're behind a gate and you can't get out. You're crushed in something. That's not that's not loving or wonderful or generative or abundant. That may not be something that you want to operate in as well. And you have every right to say, gosh, that's not of me. That's not in me. That's not with me. I don't want to receive that. And I'm going to run right back in and with the heart of the Father and have a conversation about that, because I don't see myself as trapped in a prison. I don't want to be encumbered by something as well. And this is really a primary point and why I'm really making the video today. When we receive a prophetic word, the Father operating as relative and in relativity, and some of this has to do with the Father operating as not just relative, but relativity in you, because relativity operates in time and light. Time and light are relative. It goes back to Einstein's theory of relativity. One of the first things we learn in physics is that time is light and light is time. Timekeepers are literally, timekeeping is literally a part of your cellular system and network. And as well, light operates in you, the Father's operating in you. Therefore, when you receive or we receive a prophetic word in and with the heart of the Father from somebody else, that word is literal. It can be figurative. It can be metaphorical. It can be an allegory. It can be analogous or an alliteration. It can also absolutely be an illustration. It can be a parallel. It can be, again, transfigurative, or the word itself can be relative. I know I gave you a longer list and I'm literally reading it. I've got the list posted on the side of my computer, and understand as well that all of the words that I just gave you, my goodness, there can be even more than that. But again, the word can be literal. It can be figurative, a metaphor. It can also be an allegory or an analogy or analogous to something else in your life or somebody else's life and time and world. It can be an alliteration, meaning that There is literally something that it is referencing or referring to in another space and time in your life, or again, in something else. And that has to be deciphered and understood in and through and with time. And as well, it can be an illustration, it can be a parallel, meaning that it's running parallel in your life with something else that is already happening. And I'm going to be giving an example of this. It can be relative or transfigurative. It's meant to transfigure you into something else that can be happening in the future if you choose. So understand the interpretation and the meaning of the word that you've received, the prophetic word, that's got to be deciphered and understood. I had a woman speak to me about a prophetic word that she had received, that she would be meeting her future husband at an entertainment park. This woman lived a short distance away from Disney World down in Florida. She thought, oh my God, that's finally the answer. I'm going to be meeting my husband at the entertainment park, at an entertainment park. I live a short distance away from Disney World. That must be where he's going to be. Literally on a Saturday, she got all dressed up, all dolled up, ready to go, drove to Disney World, about 45 minutes away from her home, and literally spent the day at Disney World walking around, and left absolutely bereft and brokenhearted at the end of the day because she didn't see anybody. She didn't meet anybody. There was no man. And she drove home in tears. Where's my husband? I received a prophetic word that I would meet him at an entertainment park. Where is he? I want you to consider this. Sometimes prophetic words can be not just only one component, but perhaps they're several things. It's literal, it's transfigurative, it's an allegory, and it's an illustration. That has to be deciphered and understood in and with the Father, where we ask him, I received a prophetic word. What is the interpretation? And I want you to think about this. An entertainment park. What happens when we're being entertained? The Father is entertaining us in an idea, in a concept. It's not just that he may be entertaining you, like keeping you entertained, like laughing, ha ha. It may be that he's entertaining you in a process. He's taking you on a journey. He's functioning you into something or with somebody, and therefore he's hosting you and entertaining you in and with a journey, in and with him. So where does that happen? It's actually in his heart, which can function like a park, like we're going to park somewhere and come into something. We're going to sit with him for a while. We're going to host with him in something for a while. We're going to lock in on a process. We're going to function in and with him for a time and a space, and in and with a journey. Therefore, the entertainment park is in and with the Father's heart. The entertainment park literally is the Father's heart. We park, we sit, we operate, we lock in on something, we operate in something with him. He entertains us in something. Therefore, when the woman received this prophetic word, it was a truthful word. And yet, and but, entertainment park doesn't just function as entertainment park like Six Flags or Knott's Berry Farm or Disneyland, or in this case, Disney World. It was absolutely also a function of how the Father's heart works in and with us. But here's the interesting thing about this prophetic word. It turns out that the man that she eventually met and then did marry was literally living in a homeless encampment at one point in his life, just outside of Disney World in Florida, because he was homeless at the time. And he was quite literally parked or encamped right outside or just at Disney World at one time in his life. It was not at the time that the woman drove to Disney World and literally walked around in and with and around that entertainment park trying to see where this man was or who he was. He had lived there at a different time in his life. He had come out of homelessness, then later on in his life, and in a journey in with the Father, became gainfully employed and literally then had a home, and then later on in his life met this woman. So understand, the prophetic word that she was receiving was true. He was literally at an entertainment park at one point in his life. Therefore, this prophetic word that this woman received also operated as relative. She received a word that was true, but for and in a different time, because this man's life and how he operated was not running exactly parallel to her at the time. Therefore, the word was also transfigurative. It needed to transfigure her into a different thought process about how this word could operate. It ended up being a fascinating story and really highlights how we need to think differently or understand prophetic words differently in and with the heart of the Father. I want you to know that you are all loved, and I will absolutely see you in the next video.